As you'll see in a moment, this week, Chairman of the Federal Reserve Jerome Powell was asked about the status of the United States dollar as the reserve currency.
Result of the Ukraine war and other disagreements, that Russia and China are now moving to trade completely in their currency, no longer using the dollar. And Pakistan has flown in to meet with Russia. There's some talk that they may be part of it. What effect would that have on the U.S. economy if China and Russia no longer use the dollar in certain block trades around the world and with each other? What effect, if any, would it have on our economy?
Well, we do benefit from being the reserve currency for the main reserve currency for the world. And that really is because we have open capital accounts and the rule of law, and we have inflation, over a long period of time under control, so that the dollar preserves its value. And so our markets are the most liquid, and it's the place where people want to be. Over time, the question is, if some want to move away from the dollar, what will be the effect on us? I don't think it's something you would feel right away. Over time, they would have to create an economic ecosystem whereby another currency becomes, a better currency for them to use. What we can do is we can make the dollar the most attractive currency by continuing to have the rule of law and open capital accounts and make it an attractive place for people to invest and to use in their businesses. There wouldn't be any short-term effect of that. Over time, though, I suppose it would diminish our status as the reserve currency. It's also possible to have more than one large reserve currency, and there have been times when that was the case, and so it's not really clear.
Let me address that in layman's terms. So the entire job of the Federal Reserve is to keep confidence and faith in the financial system. So he cannot answer that question totally honest, but if the United States dollar stops being the reserve currency, at the very least, every American will lose at least 50% of their purchasing power. Most people have no idea how much Americans have benefited from the dollar being the reserve currency. I'll do a more focused video on exactly the benefits of the reserve currency in the future, but just understand that we've had exorbitant benefits from being the reserve currency, and our wealth would greatly diminish if that stopped being the case.